Hello and welcome back to Shakhtar Glory, episode 59. And last time out we had the draw of the Champions League group, and we got a tough group, but obviously being second seeds, it maybe wasn't as bad as it could have been or has been in maybe the last year or two. Obviously today we've got Red Bull Salzburg of Austria, probably the weakest team in our group. We'll take another little look at the group just to have a quick recap. See who we got. I know we got Real Madrid. It's been a little while since I recorded an episode. I've been doing a lot of editing, stuff like that. So I've fallen a little bit behind on the recording, but I know we've got Real Madrid, Leverkusen and Salzburg. So Leverkusen in the third seed, so a tough third seed there. There are some tough groups in there, so we just have a quick scroll through. Obviously got Man United and Barcelona in a group there, with Lyon the fourth seeds, bizarrely. We've got, Liverpool, PSG and Milan in there. Tough, already started their groups, coincidentally. Not so bad group there. Juve, Tottenham, PSV, Besiktas, that's quite a tough one. And then Chelsea, Inter, Porto, we know all about Porto, obviously, and Inter from the last couple of years. Our group, and then Monaco, Madrid, Bucharest and Bayern Munich. Surely not the fourth seeds. Maybe the groups aren't labelled up the way they are. I mean, our group is, they were first, we were second, they were third, and Salzburg fourth. But we do, like I said, have Salzburg today. It is the away game. So the last game was, I think it was, no, there wasn't a game last time, it was just the draw. Previous to that, I think it was the Ilichevets game, the 1-0, the narrow 1-0 win. So since then, we've played style, 5-0, easy win at home. Boaké with 2 goals, a penalty and one just before half-time. Amawako with a goal, and Paulinho. I'm pretty sure there must be one more in there. Who am I missing? Oh, Malyshev wasn't showing. He got one late on as well. Dominant game. They had one shot on target. Didn't really do anything. We dominated the possession. And the possession thing is something that's sort of, like I said, we changed the tactics. We've had a little bit of a play around with it those last couple of games. The Ilichevets game aside, we've been sort of sweeping teams out of the way. Even in a league where the opposition we played, they really set up to stifle play. That's where I play the free strikers, just to give us a bit more of an attacking threat. Because when I was playing the one up front and the wingers, we were sort of struggling to get goals and create chances against teams that were playing sort of 5-6 at the back and no strikers, those kind of formations. But yeah, it seems to be working okay here. We'll probably revert to it just to keep players happy, but I was just trying to get a bit of familiarity, have a look at the tactics, try some different players out in it and see what works and what doesn't. We followed that up with a 2-1 win against Zerka, who I think were third at the time, but they obviously have a few of our players again on loan, which they couldn't play in this game. But again, quite a comprehensive game win. Amawako with another goal, he's coming on really well, and Rodrigo off the bench. They did equalise like a minute after we scored, but they were never really in the game. We weren't amazing ourselves. We struggled to break them down. Like I was saying a minute ago, we did struggle to break this team down. They're one of the better sides probably in the league. Stal probably not quite up there anymore. Zerka, Zoya and Kiev are probably the 4 that are sort of regular good teams. I mean, we won 2-1. It was narrow. We were struggling to break them down. They weren't a threat at all until we had the red card, and Matvienko got sent off on, what was it, the 60th minute, somewhere around there, 52nd minute. But we actually scored a few minutes after that, and then they equalised. But from there, we were still pressing. They didn't have any chances. They just had that one chance, really, and scored it. So a bit disappointing to not win that game. So what we'll do, we've kind of covered. There's not been much that's happened. So we'll jump into the game. We should be set up here. So we are going to go with Romero up front. We've got Gnabry and Boychuk on the wings. Gnabry is a winger and Boychuk is a Ramdeuter. Sort of the Thomas Müller role in this sort of Pep sort of formation. It's called Pep Guardiola Man City on my tactics, but really it's more around his Bayern time, really. We've got a complete forward with Romero. We have got players probably more suited to it, but we've been trying out a few different things, and he's due a game. Babacar probably is the one, but he is injured still. The big signing. We've got Fred in the middle with Hurtado, the new Colombian guy, who is just like, he's got his career off to a flyer, so we're hoping he can carry that on today. We've got Malyshev just behind. That's a role we're trying to look at replacing, and at some point I mentioned in one of the videos before as well, I want to change these guys into inverted fullbacks. We do have Matvienko who can do it on the left, but we haven't really got anyone that can do it on the right. Matvienko is probably currently the best right back at the club as well. We've got Butko there still, Lukacevic. Not quite sure. He could probably do it. He's possibly not as good as I thought he was. He's not the solution. He was a temporary stopgap last year. He did well. So we see the lineups here. You can see what they're going with. So they're going with a very narrow system. Obviously we've got a bit more width now. We were quite narrow in what we were doing before. We had the wing backs offering the width, 3 strikers obviously up front. And is that surely not Nolito that used to play for Man City? It is. He's gone to Salzburg on a free from Sevilla. Yeah, a bit of a strange one that. Who else have they got? We've got this De Boer. He's the Moroccan, is he? Israeli striker. Got that well wrong. I think we've faced him before. Have we played Salzburg before? We must have done, because I'm sure we've come up against him before. And quite a narrow pitch here. Quite a short pitch rather. But at least we can see all the stats. So we do have a highlight here. Hurtado out to Matvienko. Through to Boyachuk. Can he square it across the box? He does, but doesn't reach anyone. Gnabry picks it up into Fred. Back out to Leo. Can he cross the ball in here? Find someone? He does. Romero, and it's Romero there again. He's back in the goals. We need him to have a good season this year. He was a bit disappointing last year. He probably wasn't terrible. It was probably more by his own standards that he's set the first sort of 2-3 years. But he's popped up with a goal inside, 6 minutes in the first half of this game. And we're starting to look like this might be something a tactic we can build on in this Champions League. We'll have to see. Hurtado down the line to Boyachuk. Comes back to Hurtado, inside to Fred. Out wide to Gnabry, who's cut inside again. Romero plays it out wide to Matvienko. Can he find a ball? Boyachuk back out to Matvienko. Romero, and Gnabry pops up. Gets the second chance, and it's 2-0. And we are cruising this game now. Real Madrid are winning as well, as you'd expect. So we need to... I think we've got Real Madrid next, so that'd be a key game in the, outstanding of this group. But already we've winning 2-0. Actually, it wasn't a chance. It's Romero heads it down to Gnabry. I thought he had a shot and it was saved or deflected or something, but he actually headed it back. We've got a good start in this group because we've been a bit of a struggle. Had a bit of a struggle the last couple of years in the group. We've had to sort of come from behind. But Hoadez has been sent off for Leverkusen, transferred from Juve, I think. Oh no, he's only on loan at Juve in real life. I didn't realise that. I thought he was a transfer. But he went back, and then he's for nearly 10 million, 9 million odd. He's gone to Leverkusen, but he has been sent off. And Koeman, interestingly, has been transferred nearly 50 million to Real Madrid. Quite a good transfer for them. Just to follow up, I mean, I've done the part 2 of the Arsene Wenger save. It's probably been out about a week now by the time this video comes out, maybe a bit longer. But I'm recording this on the Monday. Was it the 21st, day before my birthday, and I've just seen a lot of stories about Thomas Tuchel, no, not Thomas Tuchel, sorry, Unai Emery being linked with the, heavily linked with the Arsenal job, and it looks like in the next couple of days it could be a done deal, so that'd be an interesting development. We did obviously cover him in that episode and in that video. 2-0 win, not the most emphatic, but it's a solid win away from home, assuming we do see this out. They do have a chance. And that, not sure about the defending there. The sub obviously hasn't taken place yet. But interestingly, Leverkusen have pegged Madrid back. You can see there it's 1-1. But this goal is, I mean, it's a great ball into the box, but I don't know what the defence are doing. It hits the post, hits our man, and he just taps it in. We're robbed again. Hopefully we're not going to... Oh, he drags it just wide. Couldn't be giving away a 2. I mean, look, they've had 1 shot on target. If they'd had 2 on target and drawn 2, I would have been heavily disgusted with that, but we have a chance here again. We possibly should be looking at tightening up a little bit, but I think we always look to offer more on the front foot, and Romero, he sees the game out. 3-1 up, that's a done deal. That's the job done. Away from home, 3-1. Bit disappointed with the goal we conceded, but we've won the game. Can't ask too more than that, really. And if Leverkusen can hold on with 10 men to get that draw, Matvienko just plays a 1-2 off their left back and gets the cross in. But yeah, not a bad start to this group if it stays the way it's looking. And it looks like this is going to be the last highlight of the game. And Real Madrid have snatched a win by the looks of it. Very, very late on. That's really harsh. But they're coming through, and they've scored again. They really don't deserve the 3-2 scoreline here. They really don't. I'm not even watching that, as the goals that we've conceded are just ridiculous. We need to hold this now and don't do anything silly like that. Oh yeah, find out space out the left. Look, Leo's crying out for it, but it goes to Gnabry instead. Plays the ball in. Back to Leo. Back into Gnabry. And a wild shot wide, but that should be it. 3-2. Not the most convincing of results in the end. Yeah, it puts me in a little bit of a situation now, because now I'm starting to think maybe this tactic, this setup isn't quite, you know, it's doing well in the league, but maybe it's not quite the setup for the Champions League. Maybe it's a little bit too on the adventurous side. So we'll have a look at the schedule, see where we're coming back. So we're going to play the Zoya and Shakhtar Donetsk games offline, and then we'll come back on the 29th of September for the Real Madrid game. It looks like we've got a lot of, primarily obviously this gap here, but 2 games in between each Champions League game, so that's not too bad. So I'll go and play those offline now, and hopefully can record this next episode against Real Madrid straight after at home. If you have enjoyed this episode, drop a like on the video please, a sub on the channel as well, any comments, any feedback, let me know any thoughts, and yeah, I'll reply to them all of course as usual. And yeah, until next time, I'll see you later. Take care.